Hello everyone! For today's content, we'll talk about transformative education. But first, what is transformative education? Transformative education is based on a reading of the contemporary society or the kinds of capacities knowing that the children needs to develop in order to be a good worker in a knowledge economy. And the essence of education is the transformation of oneself and the environment. How does transformative education being useful? First, it helps the student to understand the relevance of and the development of strategies in practical and applied learning. Second, it supports the transition of the student from dependent to independent as a learner. Third, it recognizes the significance of the diversity in the classroom. Fourth, encourage the use of critical thinking on their own assumptions and beliefs. My team looks for teachers with 3 years and above experience of teaching. To answer some questions, and here are the results. Let's watch this. Ms. De Los Reyes found Mr. Steven Joel Roquino from Baras, Rizal, who is a faculty teacher in San Benilde, Rizal.
Good day, sir. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to have an interview with you. So before we start to our question, can you tell me something about yourself, sir?
Good afternoon. I am Mr. Steven Joel Roquino, a high school science faculty of the College of San Benilde, Rizal. This is my 3rd year of teaching in high school in College of San Benilde, Rizal, and my 1st year was in Lourdes School of Mandaluyong.
Thank you. So we will proceed to our question. The first question is, how do you teach in class?
Well, I teach in class. Definitely, I don't want my student to become sleepy whenever I have a discussion or lesson with them. So, from time to time, nagjo-joke ako, and mostly, since my subject is science, I really do have to make my discussion in a real-life situation or try to relate the topic into the real-life situation. So, by that, they know when and where to apply the concepts, the topics that we discussed during our session.
Second, what are your teaching strategies?
So as to my teaching strategies, still it depends on the section na tinuturuan ko, because we all know that each and every section is composed of different or diverse set of learners. So commonly, the one that I use is the discovery learning, which is very applicable for my subject. And then other than that, it is based on the kinds of learners that I have for that particular section.
Third is, are the students able to cope up with the strategies that you use?
Definitely, they were able to cope up with the strategy. Since the strategies is a student-centered, they were able to make necessary arrangement, or at least they were able to hit the goal na we're trying to reach for that specific topic or discussion. Kasi if ever man that they were not able to cope with the strategies that we use or that I use, I always make sure that there will be a follow-up or try to use other strategies for them to easily cope with the topic, or they can easily understand the topic or the discussion that we have for that session.
Last is, what are your recommendations or suggestions for students to cope up with the discussion?
Ang pwede kong may recommend sa kanila is that they should apply and analyze things that's the best strategy na pwede nilang gawin para mas maintindihan nila yung nile-lesson or yung dinidiscuss ng teacher nila. Because if they will just memorize things or they will just try to memorize bawat isang sinasabi ng teacher, pwede nila makalimutan yun, diba? But if they know how to apply it, when to apply it, how to analyze it, matagal na panahon nilang magagamit yun, lalo na kung may apply nila sa totoong buhay yun.
Thank you so much po, sir, for the interview. God bless po and stay safe.
Miss Elisa interviewed her auntie, and according to her, she teaches with authority because she is a disciplinarian teacher, but at the end of the day, we separated as friends. And also, she uses different strategies that suited to different set of pupils. For example, cooperative learning wherein pupils working together as a team. And also the student cope up with the strategies used because they have tasks to accomplish. As a recommendation, teachers should be sure to know the interests of this pupil, and they should compile the pupil's profile and also investigate the family background so you can easily understand why students behave that way. And her name is Merlita Diaz, a grade 6 teacher of San Dionisio Elementary School. Last but not the least, from our very own researchers, Giselle's sister, let's watch this.
Good day, Ma'am. Thank you for allowing me to conduct an interview with you. But before we proceed to the question, can you please tell me something about yourself?
I am teacher Jeveline G. Reyes, and I'm teaching mathematics for grade 2 and grade 3 learners of our school, Gideon Academy, and it's my 7 years already in teaching.
Okay, for the first question, how do you teach in class?
How do I teach in my class? I begin with a motivational activity to get the attention of my students, followed by the CPA method under the Singaporean mathematics, since our school is adopting Singaporean mathematics for a couple of years already. CPA stands for concrete, pictorial, and abstract activities. In concrete activity, here I'm preparing materials, instructional materials for us to use, then followed by the pictorial activity. This time, I'm presenting pictures and illustrations for better visualizations, and lastly, the abstract activity where students will get compute and solve. There.
Second question, what are your teaching strategies?
I do a lot of activities with my students, individual and group, for us to have fun while learning instead of just having a simple discussion. And knowing elementary students, they have a short attention span, so I have to be creative in thinking of a way for them to be engaged throughout our class time. That's all.
Third question, are the students able to cope up with the strategies used?
I think so, because I noticed that whenever we're having activities, they are enjoying it and they are having fun. They love working with their classmates. They love collaborating with one another. So I think that strategy or having activities really works for the students.
Question, what are your recommendation or suggestion for students to cope up with the discussion?
Well, I do believe that teachers should be creative in engaging his or her students in her class or his class. But then, if you're asking me about the recommendations for the students, well, of course, you have to appreciate your teacher, give your 100% attention, and of course, take notes. And for the teachers, kindly don't focus on discussion. Kindly give time for your students to work with each other, collaborate with each other.
And also, according to her, I practice my student to be good citizen through integration of our lesson to the real life situation. We're having performance task where student will act the assigned role in the community, and there is a task that they have to do it. And of course, it is in relation to our subject, which is mathematics. Students develop not only in their house with the guidance of their parents, but also in school with the guide of the teachers. Let us all transform to be a better citizen of our country. Goodbye!